Man, so well to really get the whole scope of Lowend Theory, you gotta start off that first song I dropped, Basement Freestyle.
Wow.
So the Basement Freestyle, really when people think I don't know what people think about when I say the basement. What I'm really talking about is I used to live on 32nd, and like that neighborhood is pretty much what they call the Lowend. So the Lowend Theory, like when I'm rapping about the basement, I'm talking about the basement of that house. Cause like once towards my like when I got a little bit older, it turned into like a better neighborhood where you could like walk around and go hang out. But like when I'm talking about the basement, like I was literally in my dad had an office in the basement that I would just sit in and make music in, because it's like you can't really go outside. Like stuff's wild. I mean, my neighborhood, it definitely wasn't one of the worst in Chicago, but like it still wasn't like you can't just go outside by yourself and like chill or whatever. So I would just be in my basement making music all day.
So do you think it's the fact that you didn't go out or you weren't able to go outside as freely that made you focus on your pen game and your raps?
I don't even I can't I feel like my pen game is mostly like experiences that I've been through. Like for the most part, I credit a lot of it to my dad, because like my dad's music library is like crazy. So most of the stuff, like most of my influences were like older hip hop, when pen game was like the most important thing. Like now it's I I mess with all different types of music, but now it's more about like the beat behind the music, and like like it's just more about the vibe you catch off the song than like the actual like pen game. But yeah, like the stuff my dad had me listening to kind of is what I credit my pen game to, because I would just be trying to like recreate the shit that they did.
Or
Yeah.
you got any influences off the top, like the that your dad put you on?
Uh, I'ma always say J. Cole, because my dad was the one that put me on to J. Cole. But for the most part, Nas was definitely a big influence. Biggie, Tupac, of course. Uh, J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick. Um, I listened to a lot of older artists like Tribe Called Quest. Like that was a big phase. Chance the Rapper. Like as much as I don't really know how I feel about that last project he put out, like I was like like seventh and eighth grade, like I was like a diehard Chance the Rapper fan. Like acid rap was my shit. Like I listen to acid rap probably 20 times a day. But yeah, those were definitely like, oh, Kanye. Kanye was most people don't know the story, but when I was like 3, I had a birthday party, and so I went to Skinner, which was like more on the north side. So like we would be driving uptown to go to school, and so my class was mostly like white kids for the most part, and I was having a birthday party. I stood on the table and rapped Kanye West "Can't Tell Me Nothing," curse words and all, in front of like this room full of people that just started looking at me crazy. Like I was like, and my parents were like, "We don't really know what to say." But yeah, like that was probably like that moment. Like my dad kind of knew, like, okay, music is gonna be what he's gonna end up doing. Like, yeah.
Or